Local students form after-school douchebag club.
A group of students at a Pennsylvania high school organized an anti-gay protest by dressing in matching flannels, posting Bible verses on lockers, and wearing the words anti-gay on their hands. This protest came after a day of silence, a school event held to recognize gay bullying. Students who participated in the Day of Silence event reported being verbally and physically harassed by the flannel-wearing students. The superintendent took to a local news station, addressing the severity of this issue, ensuring necessary actions will be taken to eliminate discrimination within the school system.
All right, so first off, I should just tell these guys that flannel is a staple in the lesbian community. So they may have been dressing up like lesbians, or the bears, the gay bears wear a lot of flannel, so that they screwed up the dress code of this club.
He's a lumberjack and he's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Flannel is back among the hipster crowd.
A lot of gay hipsters.
A lot of gay hipsters, yeah.
But so yes, they created this club where just a couple dudes were hanging out together wearing flannel. That seems kind of gay to me. But
cut
yes.
to the footage of them all, circle jerking each other.
Exactly.
And the video comes out. It's over. No one not closeted hates gays that much. No one. That's the rule. You go, you must stop all gays. That's the shit he says in the mirror every morning when he's shaving.
Okay, so that's basically the whole crux of this whole story, is right? Like this is just sad.
It's the rule. It's the universal, unavoidable rule.
I don't think so.
Well, that was the premise for the bit.
But I argue this every time. We've had this debate before. I think that you're taught growing up to fear. Again, we talked about fear in another clip today. To be afraid of different, and gay is different, and we're afraid to talk about sex to begin with. So we're already timid and a little Victorian about sex, and then this is the big sex thing, right? This is really different. And parents and unfortunately pastors and all kinds of youth leaders are telling these kids that this is dangerous and somehow this is corrupting. So yeah, I'm sure some of these kids might be closeted, but I think there is a willingness and an eagerness to hate and to defend the thing that, again, that your parents have told you is slipping away, the idea of the great idyllic America when black people couldn't ride in the front of the bus, and there was 2 black baseball players. But that again, and they already feel like they've lost a lot. Like, what the blacks already have, they're everywhere and they're protesting and they're angry all the time. Why can't we take what's ours? Yeah. Why are they they're encroaching? They're taking from me even though they're not. And I think that has a lot to do with it, separate from whatever they secretly feel at night when they're home.
The beautiful part of the story, I suppose, is that the internet exists now, and these kids can be exposed, and that this stuff won't happen.
It's like every knucklehead posts next to the dead giraffe. You're done, you moron. Right. You fucking dunce. You just blew it while you're going, hey, look at that. Why does my life suck now? Why am I miserable and drinking? Because you showed Earth and you live in a bubble this big. You live in a Habitrail tube. And when you come out of that tube and you see how everyone's looking at you and saw what you did, their minds are being blown. They're all completely isolated.
But Ben, aren't you then bullying those guys? They're just trying to stand up for what they believe in. Aren't you a big left-wing bully?
I care less about bullying than some people. I think that part of it toughens you up. I think that when it's directed at a specific group, it's obviously dangerous, and schools need to do something about it. I do worry about keeping these kids from expressing their point of view, but they need to be outed, oddly enough, for being the sort of vitriolic haters that they are. Notice that there are no girls doing that, because it's only these idiot guys.
Yeah. 8 of them?
There looked to be about 7 or 8 of them, and and BuzzFeed, where I think that article came from, they titleized the photos of the guys, and I think that was the right thing for them to do. But in that community at McGuffey High School, everybody knows who they are. Yeah. So yeah, and that's what they'll say, because again, part of this thing is if you're sort of white and Christian and everything's fine, but you don't have quite as much power and influence as you used to, the new idea, again, echoed by Fox consistently and by Limbaugh on the radio, is that you're the victims. So these guys have somehow felt, because there was a gay pride day the day before, where kids who were different and have felt isolated most of their life stood up and said, I just want I just want to be able to go to high school and be myself. I ask for nothing more than to be able to go to high school and be myself. That somehow these guys have been led to believe, again, by their parents, sometimes by lousy pastors, and by mass right-wing media, that somehow that is a threat to their way of life.
Man,
And
that
the
is
whole-
some sick shit.
And,
Victimhood.
and the whole anti-gay thing is just basically they're useful idiots being used to keep the production line moving forward of new customers, because gays don't produce new Christians.
Yeah.
Even though Christians continually produce new gays.
Are you a Christian producing a gay? Let us know in the comments right down below.